Just a good old-fashioned cow lover. Entering into the quarterfinals, Georgia versus Notre Dame. Gunner Stockton, the backup quarterback with a very, very large reputation, has a lot on his plate. That Notre Dame defense is one of the top in the nation, and Marcus Freeman has his boys humming. So we made a video previously on Gunner Stockton, just kind of talking about the come-up, obviously him beating Texas, making this sad Texas fan even sadder. Today, we're going to kind of catch up a little bit, see some practice film, hear a few pieces of interview from people like Kirby Smart, from him himself, talk about his cows and his truck. I mean, what else does a Georgia boy want? And then just kind of give it the whole breakdown as we talk about this amazing backup story heading into this quarterfinal matchup. First things first, though, I talked about this in my other video. I just want to, before we even talk about this, the reason why this video is coming out now and not yesterday is because, as we all know, the Sugar Bowl was delayed due to some New Orleans tragedy. So I just want to say, just before we get into the foosball and all the fun stuff, man, I just prayers, thoughts to all the families, anybody, the people in New Orleans in general that are affected by this. I think we have to understand that this isn't just something that we should send thoughts and prayers to the people affected. The people affected are the entire New Orleans and possibly all of Louisiana, having to live your life like that with that ear and the feeling that something like that is going to happen again, or the fact that it has happened to people that you just know of or adjacent. It is a terrible scene. So just prayers and thoughts to them, and I hope everything's good. But back to the silly footballness, man. If y'all enjoy college football content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Let's hop right into it. So Gunner, the Stockton man. Look, man, he's coming and he's coming to me. I'm not sure if y'all remember, but just a reminder, I probably have some film up going on right now, but just a reminder, Gunner Stockton high school stat, he was 177 passing touchdowns, obviously Georgia record, 18,000 all-purpose yards, Georgia record, 254 career touchdowns, Georgia record, and second all-time in Georgia with 13,652 passing yards. I think Julian Lewis is the person who actually passed him up. I could be wrong, but continuing on, let's just kind of get right into it. I want to get right into some of this practice film and really see, because again, besides the high school film that we've seen, and we can watch a little high school film again too. You know what? Matter of fact, I want you to watch this one. Oh no, not this. Is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. I want you to watch this one right here.
Heading to the end zone.
You feel me?
Heading to the end zone.
The back walk. You know what I'm saying? The little taunt and back walk with it.
Speed to take it to the house. See there, big number 78, 61.
Down there, and then was he from the 10?
Of being able to follow
from the 10-yard line, he turns around and gives him the business. But going back into what he does, because again, we haven't seen a lot of film of him. This is the best we can get. So let's see him operate a little bit. We'll watch on YouTube too, because this is absolutely on turd level at 99,000. So let's see him operate here. Now, mind you, obviously this is just practice, but it's good to see him get out there and move. And I think the biggest thing, before we even get deeper into it, because we're going to hear Kirby Smart talk about it, or we're going to hear him talk a little bit, is the confidence level right there. This team is very confident, very driven. If you were watching that Georgia Texas game, when he came in, that was a completely different offense, and not that they changed anything up that much, except adding a few quarterback run wrinkles, which just made them potent in the red zone, which is one of the most stingiest parts, or the most stingiest things that we do as defense on the Texas side, and they were able to do that to run with the quarterback. So I really just think that what this does to the Georgia offense is it makes them dynamic. They weren't tasking and asking Carson Beck to do a lot in this offense, to be honest with you. Now, does he have good arm talent to do good things? Yes, Carson Beck, there's a reason why he was one of the top draft prospects coming into the season. Now, obviously, things have changed with his play, and now with the injury, that completely exasperates things, but he by all means wasn't asked to do a lot. He can do a lot. So the fact that Brock Bowers seems to be able to do the small things very well, that's all this Georgia team needs. They have NFL players all over the place, plenty of size at defense. I think people are looking at this as like some crazy mismatch. I just don't believe it to be so. So let's hear what Kirby Smart has to say about his starting quarterback currently. I'm coming into this big game.
All the players play harder for him. You know, do you make the players around you better? That's what you look for in a quarterback. I think he raises the skill level of everybody around him because of who he is. So that's my reason for believing he's a good quarterback.
Hey, and of course that could just be Kirby being a great football coach, but it's hard to not ignore the fact that just has been a constant theme. Any person who talks about him, and then even on the football field, you see that, oh yeah, there's a confidence in the Lord. other people play good. It's not him. Again, he didn't do much, and it's not no bad knocking on him. He didn't do anything crazy. He just did the things that needed to get done, the simple stuff, and then everybody else started to show out. You know, the Delps of the world started to make great plays. Everyone else just started to do good things that they should have already been able to do. They must really not like Carson Beck. Is he that ugly? Is he that ugly that y'all don't even want to play good football? I don't understand. We also get to see QB1 Gunnar Stockton, who now happens to be the driver of the most famous 40-year-old F-150 in Georgia. Stockton put up 244 yards in high school. 244 touchdowns in high school, and he's still driving the same 1984 model he did growing up in Raven County. That's pretty legendary. That is pretty legendary, and here is that F-150 as well. Just wanted to get that little thing because it's a preamble to what we're going to hear from old Gunnar Stockton in his cows and everything else. So let's get right into YouTube and just hear what his thoughts are heading into this crucial quarterfinal matchup here.
They're just starting it fast. It was pretty awesome, just the first drive, just going out there and just starting it fast, and it was pretty awesome.
Hey, talking to Trevor, we kind of talking about your leadership style, and I was like, does he talk much, like, to defenders? And he said, we can barely get him to talk to us oftentimes, but he said after your first run, you kind of got up and you were hyped. Can you describe that for me in the SEC championship game? He said you were kind of, what that moment was like for you.
Yeah, I think it was just a bunch of feelings, just for the team, and I was just really excited.
Did you get them going? Is that like you got the team hyped up off of that?
Maybe a little bit.
Thanks, this up the other day. I think of the top 40 quarterbacks in your class, 29 of them have transferred already. And how much pressure has been on you to, I'm sure there's plenty of coaches or high school coaches or former teammates, whatever, that have been like, get in the portal. We got a job for you over here. How much have you seen that, and how have you kind of dealt with it over the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, this day and age, the transfer portal is very easy to get into and just leave. But like I said, it's always been my dream to be the starting quarterback in Georgia. I'm really excited.
When you hear this portal talk that Georgia, well, they may have to sign another quarterback, is it the same answer as 2 years ago when I asked you about it, that's what's supposed to happen at Georgia at every position?
Yeah. I mean, that's like places like Georgia. I mean, they're supposed to be good quarterbacks. So, I mean, every year they're supposed to sign the top quarterback in the country. So, and that's how it is.
You've been part of 2 national championship teams. Probably could have won it last year, except for the Alabama game. Started this season #1. How much is it, do you feel on you that the expectation that Georgia has been national champions, and here you are their quarterback? How much do you feel that expectation level on you?
Oh yeah, I mean the expectation of Georgia is always to win the SEC championship and go farther too. And so I mean it's a big burden, but I enjoy it. I mean that's why.
These are the worst interviewers of all time. These 40-year-old, they're shaking talking to Gunnar Stockton. Gunnar Stockton's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just like playing football in F-150s. Can we hear him talk about the cows? Where's the cows at, son? I thought I put something in here about dang cows. Tell me about the cows, son. Please tell me about the cows.
Oscar, there's a picture of you and Gunnar, I guess, right after the SEC championship game where you come up to him and really give him pat him on the back, whatever. Just knowing him the way you do, just why was that so big for him, and what is it about him that makes his team want to rally around him like they obviously have?
Yeah, I mean, me and Gunnar, we go back a long way. I mean, since high school we've known each other, and I've lived with him since I got here. Yeah. It's just really, it was a special moment for both of us. I mean, getting to have him come in there and play alongside each other was really cool. I'm just so happy for him. I get to see the work he puts in every day. And I know how hard he works and how hard he prepares even when he wasn't playing, I mean, he's watching film 4 or 5 hours a night after practice, and he didn't know if he was going to play a snap that week. And for it to finally kind of, all come full circle was super cool. And I'm sorry, what was the second part of that question?
No, you answered.
Yeah, being out there with the ones like the whole time, I've never started at quarterback. Anyone else on our team has ever started at quarterback, really, and so it's a unique thing, and for him to kind of just get used to, all right, I'm the guy now, and just get that confidence.
Mark? All right, so have you met Gunner's cows, and what can you tell us about them?
I have. I've been up there a couple times, and he's got I think when I was up there, he had I think 3 or 4, and I think he's got more now. But there's always been the running joke of he made like an Instagram post a long time ago. It was always great to wake up to a new cow on game day or something, and everyone kind of loved that on the team. I mean, that's just the guy he is. I mean, he just loves stuff like that. I mean, he's not about all the Instagram fame and all that. I mean, he'll take a picture of his cow and post it when he's happy, and it's cool. I mean, he takes pride in it, so it's
just a man and his cow. Ain't that lovely? Ain't that amazing? Just a good old-fashioned cow lover. So what is this cow lover gonna have to deal with, huh? What kind of defense does this cow lover, right, have to go against? Well, let's take a look at it. I'm gonna type on my little type machine here. Everybody having a good New Year? Hope you are. You like looking at my head one time? I know. Here it is. Boom. Notre Dame. This is a defense that's number 2 in the points per game. Number 1 is Ohio State, by the way, so buckle up, Quinn. Opponent's yards a game, number 6. Number 3 in opponent's points per play. Opponent's yards a play, number 4. Number 6 in opponent's third down conversions. And then number 11 when it comes to red zone scoring defense and on the rushing side. They are number 24 when it comes to yards a play or yards a rush. And then opponents rush yards a game. They are number 34. So it looks like they can get the run game, just get going, but it's still an elite run defense nonetheless. And defense when it comes to passing statistics, this is the number 1 in opponent's pass completion, number 2 in yards a pass, number 37 in passes a game, doesn't really matter. Number 2 in opponent's pass yards a game, and number 3 in opponent interception thrown. They're number 29 in sacks, so they can get after the quarterback, but not as ferocious as possible. Look, man, I just want it to be known that like all of his teammates and everyone else just believes in Gunner Stockton. This isn't something that's a young, scrappy, whatever dude. I know he is young and scrappy and whatever. He's a no-name story, but this is a guy that has the utmost respect, first off, in himself. And he has the utmost respect, and this team has the utmost respect in him. So, kid's a baller. Happy to see what he does, man. Let's see some great football in the Sugar Bowl. If you enjoy videos like this, please leave a like on it. If you don't dislike it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content, and get down below in the content as the off-season is fastly approaching. I am getting videos together, making sure the content's going to be a little more diversified. So if there's anything else in particular you want to see, get down in the comments, let me know. I'm sticking on videos like this where we're just going to kind of put the pieces together, talk about these players, and go from there. But hey, man, if you enjoy it, you know what to do. That's it.